Welcome back, beautiful people. It is a wonderful Wednesday. We're feeling great. We're hitting goals, becoming the best versions of ourselves, doing it together. And you already know, if it's Wednesday, you're not quite feeling it, vibe's a little bit off, a little bit of that, and avalanches of prosperity and abundance coming your way. And today what we're going to be talking about, and this is something that for me tripped me up a little bit, but should you or should you not put a time frame on the dreams and goals that you ultimately have? And for me, this was a little bit tricky to understand because I had read books like Think and Grow Rich that says, if you have a goal and you have a dream, put a time limit on it. Put a 30-day goal on it, a year goal on it, a time frame in which you want to achieve this ultimate thing that you are looking to achieve. And so I started by doing that. But what I noticed was I would set these time frames, and unfortunately, I would never hit that goal that I ultimately wanted in that time frame that I had elicited for myself or that I had ultimately strived for. And what that really did for me was it lowered my confidence level that I could achieve that thing that I was ultimately looking to achieve. And so I did a little bit of digging, and I tried to figure out why it was that even though I was doing what Think and Grow Rich had taught me to do, why wasn't I able to achieve these things in this time frame that in all actuality should have been really easy to achieve? And so this led me down the path of Abraham Hicks. And for those of you that don't know, Abraham Hicks is somebody who is very in tune with the ether or the collective consciousness and the vibration and energy that each of us put out, and how you may actually be using this energy to counteract the things that you wanted. And here's the example I'll give you. When I was setting this time limit on things that I ultimately wanted to achieve and I wasn't achieving them, the reason for that was because even though I had a goal for where I wanted to go and a vision for where I wanted to go, my vibration of energy inside me was actually pushing me in the opposite direction of that time frame. And the reason for that was because as I would set these time limits on things, I would start to have the belief that this wouldn't happen, and my confidence for making this thing happen wasn't there. And so I was creating a sense of panic, a sense of fear, a sense of I don't know if I can necessarily do this. And so I had an intention, but I also had that counter intention or that crux of energy inside me that was holding me back because I was creating a vibration of lack within myself. And so I had gone back and forth with this whole concept of putting a time limit on what I wanted for about 3 or 4 years. And what I noticed is that for me, that wasn't the right way to go. And it was pretty interesting because I was listening to Gary Vaynerchuk recently, and he was speaking to a young entrepreneur, and this entrepreneur said, every single time I set time limits on things, I don't hit these time limits and it makes me feel bad. And he stopped that person immediately and he said, of course it does, because what happens is you're setting this goal and you're setting yourself up for failure. And the reason why is because you have these high expectations of where you want to go, but you have no idea how you're going to get there. And ultimately there's no confidence in that. So when you set a time limit on something and you ultimately don't achieve that goal in that set time frame, what you're doing is you're crushing your self-confidence, you're crushing your belief level, you're crushing the idea that I can achieve this, therefore pushing yourself even further away from that thing that you ultimately want to achieve. And so this is something that you want to dig within yourself, because I've talked to many entrepreneurs. Some of them say absolutely set a time frame for the thing that you want to achieve, and others say don't do it. You're setting yourself up for failure. And what I notice is that this isn't one size fits all, right? Some people will set a time frame, some people won't. For me, I choose not to. Reason why, my vibration of energy comes into play a little bit, and ultimately I want to make sure my confidence is at an all-time high and that my belief level stays high too. So by not setting a time limit on the things that I hope to achieve, what I'm ultimately doing is allowing my vibration level to calm down and stay in a receptive mode where things are drawn unto me. Whereas if I set a time frame on something, I'm pushing it further away, therefore resisting it, and then the how becomes more difficult for me, therefore eliminating that confidence that I can do it. But again, you could be somebody who says, yeah, I can definitely do this in this time frame and it's definitely going to work out for me. And if you are that person, I would encourage you to stick to that route. So really, this is a trial and error thing. This is something that you want to see what will work best for you and stick to it, because ultimately success for you is up to you and how you operate and how you manage things. So I hope this video helped you guys. I'm so thankful for the support on the channel, of course. If you haven't, definitely like this video, drop a comment in the comment section below, and definitely smash that subscribe button. Love you guys.
Peace.